Hello again, everyone. This is Jan from New York City. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing well, and thank you so much for tuning in. I really, really do appreciate it. I was thinking about something, and it's so reminiscent to me of a relative of mine that on a practically yearly basis asked me for this recipe. So I decided to go ahead and post this recipe. Are you aware that you could take your humble box of pancake mix, whatever brand it is, you could take it. I happen to use this one here. And to remind everyone, this is not a sponsored ad for this company, just so as you know. But I have to tell you something. People don't realize the treasure trove that they actually do already have existing in their pantry without having to go out and duplicate a purchase. So for today, I'm going to show you the humble recipe for this mix to make a coffee cake with. And by the way, you can also work that coffee cake mix with the complete mix as well. All you would need to do is just cut back on the oil. This recipe for this type requires 3 tablespoons of the oil, and for the complete, you just cut it back to 1 and proceed as usual. So let me get started. I wrote this down. And basically, it's the old-fashioned coffee cake using pancake mix, which undoubtedly most of us have in our pantries. So for the topping, the company recommends, but you can make your own topping with this. You don't have to use graham cracker crumbs, because I've done it actually even with simple breadcrumbs, to be honest with you. You could take 1 cup of graham cracker crumbs or 5 full graham crackers. You turn them into crumbs, break them up. And you get 1/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. You get 5 tablespoons of melted butter. And you have 1 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Oh, by the way, it doesn't have to be melted butter. You can also use margarine melted in its place. So you create this and you put this to the side, and that's the topping for the coffee cake. So now, let's go over in the trusty notebook to the actual coffee cake recipe. Now, if you could read my left-handed printing, which I tried to take a little bit longer time to write down for neatness, but I'm going to read this to you as well. So for the actual coffee cake batter, I want to remind you of something. The batter will come out very thickly, and you do not over mix the batter, because then that releases the gluten and you'll have a tough cake. You don't want to do that. So here's what you're going to need. 3 cups of the pancake mix, 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. This is asking for 1 8-ounce cup of sour cream, but I'm not going to lie to you, I've made this without the sour cream. But if you don't like working with sour cream, you could use Greek yogurt in place, or actually I've done it without it. But that's me. So if you're not in the mood of experimenting, just follow this recommended recipe by the company. Okay, going back, 1 ounce of the cup of the sour cream, 3/4 cup of milk, 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Now that, like I mentioned earlier, is using the original mix. If you're going with the complete type of mix, you cut that down to 1 tablespoon. You're going to need 1 egg, slightly beaten. You're going to need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And in the meantime, what you're going to do, of course, is you're going to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. You're going to spray your 9x13 pan with non-stick spray. You're going to put everything to the side. Now, here's what you do. In a bowl, separately, you combine only the dry ingredients. You keep that separate. Then in another bowl, you're going to combine the wet ingredients. Now what you're going to do, and this is a really important step, I'm going to repeat it again. When you combine the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, just you mix it by hand only until the mixture is moistened. You will have a very thick, doughy mix, okay? And you want it that way. That's the way it should be, okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to spread it evenly into your 13x9 pan. And you're going to bake this off at 350, between 30 and 35 minutes. and you're going to serve it warm. I can't think of a nicer, with the spring holidays coming up, nicer thing to wake up to on a holiday Sunday morning than surprising your family with this wonderful breakfasty or even desserty type of cake. So I just thought that I'd share it with you. I highly recommend it. Very affordable. You probably already have the pancake mix at home. Most have eggs and cinnamon and the rest of the ingredients. And best of all, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to do it, but you look like one when it's served. And in the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for viewing. I really do appreciate your time. Hey, let me know if you've ever tried this recipe in the past. I want to know. And I'm dedicating this video to my aunt. God love you always, Janet. Take good care. Have a great day.